pleasure to be here. Thank you, everyone. And you know what I have already learned today, and I've always known it, but truly today is that we are talking about relationships, but not just marriage relationships or single relationships. Now, listen to me very clearly. Have you heard things during each speaker that you can utilize in your business, in your personal life, in talking to your neighbors or at the grocery store or with family members? These are key factors for every relationship, not just the ones we're talking about today. So please remember that. So, yes, my title is Let's Get Down and Dirty. Let's really talk about marriage, because I'm going to be raw and real here. Sometimes in my marriage, I can't keep my hands off of him, showing my love for him. And then there's sometimes I feel like stabbing him in the nose with a spoon. Have you ever felt that way where you're like, just back off? Let's be real. Marriage can be a real shit show. We know it. We've lived it. We've all had it. It's just days are like that. Long-term marriages take work. It takes real work. It's a job. It's truly a job that you go to every day expecting the most. Did you know that divorce rates drop significantly after the 10-year mark? I didn't know that. Maybe you guys knew that. I did not know that. 41 years married to my high school sweetheart. Can you believe it? Yeah. You heard that right. It's been one heck of a ride. Marriage isn't always a stroll in the park. It's a raw, real journey full of ups and downs and everything in between. There are no magic solutions. The solutions are commitment. Remember that word, commitment, and showing up for each other every single day, not just for yourself, because you're not yourself anymore. Two people making one. Remember that. We have weathered storms, celebrated wins, and had days we weren't sure if we'd make it. But here we are, still standing. It will be 42 years in May. Marriage is like a roller coaster. It takes work, grit, and sometimes a whole lot of patience. But when you're in it for the long haul, the rewards are unmatched, priceless. I mean, it's like gifts of paradise when it's working and you put in the commitment and show up. Let's talk about what really makes it work. Back in the day, when I was raising my girls, no, let's back up a minute. Back in the day when, first of all, when I first married, our vows said, death till you part. In full context, we realized that. That is the mindset that we had forever. Sometimes I think we are going to off each other seriously because, you know, those curveballs keep coming through our lives. Then I remember another key factor. We have two grown girls that are in their middle 30s now, but when they first started dating and thought they, found the loves of their lives later on, I set them down and I told them key things: commitment, showing up, and deciding what you're willing and prepared to take from the other and what you're not. Because let me tell you, there's some things I'll take and some things I'm not. If my husband ever hit me, I'm out of here after I find a pole to knock him out. I don't know. But there's circumstances. What are you really willing to put up with and what are you not? Make that make those boundaries. Make those boundaries. So I ask you, what are you willing to put up with in any relationship? In any relationship. I want you to define that. What are you willing to put up with and what are you not? So you have to think, is it worth the argument or can you just walk away and smile about it? I'm not saying walk away and feel defeated. Just walk away and smile and say, no, not worth it. I'm good. I'm good. Keep the communication going at all times. Listen, people, if you don't open your mouth and tell the other one what you're thinking, how you feel, what you want, then there's an issue. They don't know. Sometimes my daughter will call me and say, yada, 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 my husband did this and I don't know why he's doing this. And you know what I tell her? Have you talked to your husband yet about it? Well, no. Go talk to your husband about it. Because guess what? They don't know until they know. You don't know until you know. Remember that. Communication. Keep talking to each other until you can come to an agreement and fit into the middle of the conversation. So open your mouth. Open your mouth and talk. So Big Daddy knows that I am very giving on most things. But push the mama button and all bets are off. I will roar till I get my way. No one messes with the babies. No one messes with our family. So, of course, he has his own things and behavior that I know it's time to let the boiling pot stew before I stir it again. I have to back off, let him think about it, let him know how I feel, and then we'll have the conversation maybe in a few minutes again. Over the many years, we have changed mentally, physically, and our health. How many will say that? Come on now, we've all changed. The day I married that man, I was 124 pounds. I was 18 years old, perky and healthy. He had a head full of dark brown hair, 165 pounds, and healthy. His hair ran away. It happens. We change our personalities, especially since we married at 18. And here we are 21. I mean, come on, we've changed. We both have added those pounds. Nothing's perky. His hair has ran away and changed color. We have both been through sickness and health, another vow we took. Well, that started off early in our marriage because I didn't know how hurt mentally I was that my parents put me through. And we figured that out once those curveballs started, flying through the air right after we were married. I didn't know how to handle them, except for yelling, screaming, and throwing things. My husband had to help me through that. Sickness and health. And now that we are aging, there's more sickness and health issues that come up. We are there for each other. It's not one-sided, people. We are together. We are together in this life to beat down every battle that comes together. There's just a couple more things I want to leave you with, and I added this to my speaking time. During our breakout time, I guess Margaret put a list together of things for us to answer. And one of the questions was about our relationship being unique. And I wanted to really define what did my relationship, the uniqueness about it. Because I feel like we all have the money issues. We all have about where we're going to live, what car we're going to drive, what house we're going to build or whatever, but unique. And you know what I think is the most unique about my husband and I and my family is that we are all one tribe. If one of us are not happy, none of us are happy. If one is happy, we're all happy. if we have an issue in our family, we all have an issue. We feel like it's our responsibility to figure out how to help our daughters, our grandchildren. As life goes forward, nurture our journey and walk together. And then I know God has given us and know that we are blessed each and every day. Thank you so very much. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, LaDonna. Yes, commitment to showing up for each other is so important in a relationship and in marriage for that matter, because it's a long life, commitment. So thank you for sharing. Has anybody got anything to add or any encouragement for LaDonna? Oh, it's Roosevelt. Please share.
LaDonna, I commend you for still being there. You and your high school sweetheart. I know that journey is not easy, so that's why I commend you. And one of the things I realize is that in relationships, we all have shortcomings. But if you could find somebody whose shortcoming you could tolerate, you could be with that person for the rest of your life. So if you can't, if your significant other or the person you're involved with, if you can't deal with their shortcomings, that person's not for you. You'll be aggravated for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's true. That's so true. Thank you so much for that share. Have you got anything to add, LaDonna?
I would love for everyone to please reach out, connect with me. Let's get to know each other. Let's chat.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, Margaret, feel free to share.
I just want to say thank you so much, LaDonna. That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you.